I was not sure whether I should share this with the community, this effect or not, because with a lot of things in magic is that magicians love the effect, but they hate the method, or they hate the method but love the effect. Now, you have to ask yourself, do I want to sacrifice some things to create the perfect illusion in my spectator's mind? For me, the question is very simple. I would say, yeah, of course. You know, if I just in this case have to do the bill switch, then I'll do it, because it's unnoticed by my spectators anyway. And if the illusion gets even stronger, in fact, it's almost the perfect pen through bill effect out there. The first artificial experience was more an addition to the gimmick versions out there. Okay. After performing the slat or just passing through, you can offer to do it with their pen and their bill. And that's great, because that makes you one of the best magicians out there. If people come up to you and ask you for, hey, Mr. Magician, here's my pen, just do it with my pen now. And then you can. So that was great. It's a great solution, and I'm still proud of that, because it's super visual. But it's not really an improved version. I just had to call the trick. I had to give the dog a name, so I call it 2.0. It's not version 2, but it's more like in the line of creating the ultimate effect. A couple of cool features about this effect is that it can be performed surrounded, and that's one of the major things I want to have. I want to design an ultimate pen-through effect that looks so close as real, which also could be done surrounded, and which also had to look and feel impromptu. And Artificial Experience 2.0 is just that. Something else which is a very nice thing to know, and which makes the illusion even stronger, is that in the routine, I found out as soon as I brought in the pencil, all my audience were attracted to the pencil. And after the effect, after the penetrations, they were even more attracted to the pencil. Which is the logical thing after all, because if I borrow the bill but use my own pencil, they have absolutely no reason to suspect the bill. You know what I mean? We use the pen or pencil in this case actually as a kind of misdirection. Because I want them to think, well, it's my bill anyway, so nothing could be wrong with that. It's my bill. And in their perception, it's their bill. And since I use my own pencil, well, there must be something about the pencil. The cool thing is, it's not. It's just a non-gimmick regular pencil. And that throws them off track a bit, and that's what you want. You need one bill, and you fold it up widthwise, like so. But you don't want to fold it flush. You want to have it the outside, the outer flap, a little bit larger than this part. You can see that, and that's very important. And the reason why will become clear in a minute. Okay, this is the first part you do. Then you take out a second bill. And the second bill, that will be this one here. And the second bill, you're going to fold in half exactly, and then with an X-Acto knife, you just cut it. Now, don't throw this half away, because at least it's worth something. But besides that, you can make another gimmick of this part here. Now, you want to have this part, that's important, you're going to match that up with the real bill. I mean, not the bill that you're going to use. So what you want to have is this edge a little bit shorter, about a half of a millimeter or something, not too much, but a little bit shorter than this edge. So when you keep the short edges flush and these edges, so if you would glue it on top, this will be not exactly in the fold of the middle. So you want to have it a little bit off the edge. Okay, so you have one bill, not folded exactly in half, and one half of a bill. Now we need to prepare this half. This half represents the back of this, or this represents the back of this. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Now, if you have the back of this bill, and I marked the areas black, which need to be glued. So let's look into the details. So this is the back of this half here. All right, perfectly. Now, since that is clear, these areas over here, these areas have to be glued with the permanent glue. Now, this bottom edge down here needs to be sprayed or treated with the remount adhesive spray from 3M. This is the permanent glue for these edges. This is the repositional glue, post-it glue, for the bottom edge. Alright, first we're going to glue the bottom edge. Okay, you take a piece of cardboard, or in this case a playing card, to cover this part up. Alright, then you take a remount spray and spray it like you would do with roughing fluid. Not too much, but spray this edge. So you don't want to spray this area over here, so you need to cover this up. In this case, I do with a playing card, with an old playing card. So this is sprayed perfectly. Now you need to treat these areas over here with adhesives, with the permanent adhesive, which in this case is to prep glue it. And it's very easy to use because you can actually roll it on there, and it's perfect stuff. I can highly recommend this. And if you've done that, then you basically are ready to assemble the gimmick. So now we take our half here, all right, and we're going to glue it. So this is not treated as shown in the example with the black areas. And we're going to glue it on the bill here, alright? And you want to do that as close as possible, okay? Perfectly, nicely lined up here. Perfectly. Wow, this looks pretty good, okay? These areas are the permanent glue, okay? This bottom edge here is the repositionable glue, the post-it glue. Okay, this is it. Basically, the gimmick is now ready. Okay, before we can use the bill, we need to prepare a little bit more. Firstly, we need to fold the bill in half, the gimmick. Alright, just like that, because if the pencil is going through, it might leave a little bit of a line here, because if the pencil is going in there many times, it should leave a little bit of trace of a line, and here the same, the bottom edge. Okay, so if you fold the bill this way, the folds will cover that up very naturally. Okay, so that's a perfect cover for that. Now the gimmick is almost ready to use. But before we go to dig into the performance, we need to prepare the bill a little bit more, which is the following. We need to create the openings for the pencil to insert. So this is the top area that was left blank, and this was the bottom area which was left blank. So there are two ways where you can slide something through, in this case the pencil. This is the repositionable glue, there's the permanent glue. So you take the pencil and put it right in the opening, and you give a little bit of pressure Okay, so you create a little opening for the pencil to insert. Now do the same on the side here. Just take the pencil, alright, and give a little pressure on it. So you have an opening as well at this side, from here to here. Alright.